Hello, welcome to video number 35, Introduction to Two-Column Proofs. I'm Mr. Miller, and I have with me
Miss Les, hello.
Hi there. This is an awesome day. This is the first time we're going to introduce the famous two-column proofs. This is what geometry is well known for.
Yay!
Proving things. Okay. So our goal today is just to give you a couple examples and a feel for what it means to prove something. Okay, so on our first slide here, we have a figure here, and it says given BC is congruent to EC in the figure. We see that they're marked. Let me get my pen working. Right here, BC and EC, they're congruent, and AC is congruent to DC. So in a proof, we're given some information, and usually a diagram, and there's a statement we're supposed to show is true. Step by step, we're going to show why triangle BCA is congruent to ECD. Alright, so we've kind of talked about this already, why they'd be congruent. We see that they have two congruent sides, here and here, another pair of congruent sides, and actually an angle in the middle. So before we start proving, we want to see what the game plan is. These two triangles, Ms. Les, are congruent because of what?
We have, I see two sides and an angle, so side, angle, side.
Right, so basically to prove this, we're going to state which sides are congruent and why, and which angles are congruent to the other one and why, and then state that the triangles are congruent. So here we go. So we got two columns. The left column has statements, and the right column has reasons for the statements. And it always starts out very nice. So we always start with the givens. BC is congruent to EC. So we have a reason for everything, Ms. Les. Why?
So that is given.
That is given information. We have another piece of given information that AC is congruent to DC. And why? That was given too. We're halfway done. We just listed what was given.
That's the easy part.
Now we need one more thing. Our goal is to show these triangles are congruent. So we got two matching sides, but we need the angle in between. So angle BCA is congruent to angle ECD. Again, the reason why these two angles, I marked them already, is because they are vertical angles. So we're going to say because vertical angles, I'm going to abbreviate, that means angles, are, Ms. Les going to do another abbreviation because I hate to write.
Congruent, absolutely.
Congruent.
Sounds
so
good.
we'll be abbreviating a little bit. So vertical angles are congruent. That's what I tried to spell out there. Okay, now we actually showed the three things we need to show in order to conclude that these triangles are congruent. So the last step is actually what we were supposed to show, that triangle BCA is congruent to triangle ECD. Why? Oops, I almost said angle, side, angle. Side, let me start again. Side, angle, side. So Mrs. Les, for a little while, we're going to be proving just triangles are congruent. But then we'll get fancier than that. And we'll prove properties about quadrilaterals and different things. We'll even prove that vertical angles are congruent. That'll be one of the things we prove. All right. That was our first two-column proof. Okay. Let's see another example. Ms. Les, look at what you have there.
Okay, so for the second one, let's see what we have here. Okay, let's get the pen really quickly. Okay, so it says given PR is congruent to PT. So on this diagram, I don't see any labels, so I'm going to label it for myself. So I see this side, PR, is congruent to PT. So I know I have one side. Sorry, it came out kind of crooked.
That's all right, I see it.
Also know that S is the midpoint of RT. So if you recall, if S is the midpoint, it's the point in the middle, so it splits my side RT into two congruent sides. Okay, so if I look at this diagram, I'm seeing I have two sides, so I need something else. Okay, so again, if you recall from our previous videos, if the triangles are sharing the same side, which is right here, PS, I know that the side is congruent to itself. So here is my third side. So my plan is use the side. So I'll be using the side to prove these two triangles congruent. Okay? So let's start with the easy part. So let's list the given information. Side PR okay, is congruent to side PT. So this is given. Okay, I also have another piece of information given which says S is the midpoint. So S is the midpoint. Let's just put midpoint. So this is also given.
Right.
So if S is the midpoint, I know that RS, side RS, must be congruent to side TS.
Well, this will take a little getting used to the reasons, but we'll practice
Right.
this.
So we'll have a list ready that will be helpful. So this is by definition of midpoint.
Yeah, that's what a midpoint means.
And then I have my third side, which is PS congruent to PS. So the side is congruent to itself, and there's a special name of this property. So if something is congruent to itself, Mr. Miller, how do we call that?
Reflexive property.
Thank you.
I have
So
no
that's
idea why. I don't know if you know why it's called a reflexive
Reflexive.
property, but anything is congruent to itself.
Okay, so reflexive property.
So we stated why the three sides, each pair of sides are congruent,
Right.
and now we can conclude that the
So
triangles
we
are
have all the
congruent.
reasons. So let's write down. So this is what we are supposed to prove, that triangle RSP is congruent to triangle TSP. TSP, and we use the side congruence. Side.
Now,
So down.
Mrs. Les, she's a pro at this. This is going to take a little practice.
Yes.
So we'll get used to what we're looking for. But the basic idea is explaining why the three parts are congruent, and then concluding that the triangles are congruent.
Yeah.
Right? It's a proof. Okay, so we'll practice it. And for the journal assignment, which we have next, you don't have to come up with a whole proof yourself. That's going to take a little practice. But what we want you to do is see if you can supply the reason why each step is true. So a little hint, we begin with the givens.
Okay, very good. Yeah, so you
All
have
right.
all of the information listed. Okay, so from here, it's transferred over here, and then you guys just write the reasons. So start with the given. This is given
Right.
to us, and then come up with the reasons for the remaining statements.
I think they can do it.
I think so.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. Bye-bye.